Here we are. Hi guys. Just fixing the lights. So I'm just waiting for you to come. It is exactly 6:30 p.m. Hi Siddharth. How are you? So you are starting to arrive. That's very good. As I read before. Okay. So I'm happy about the last time we made the our as I read before. Okay, so I'm sketching session part 16 because I saw that Morgan and few others did really some nice stuff. So most important thing is to get used to it, and most of all to improve your quality. The quality is very important. Mr. Ray is back from Taiwan. Ciao. Good evening to you too. Mr. Divan, hi, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. So now we are 13 people. You know what? I got a message very nice from someone that is from Australia, and he's watching us from Australia. Hi, Ross. Hi, Priyanshu. So it's incredible because this guy from Australia, he basically is watching us when over there is 2:30 in the morning. So I would like to ask you if it's okay for you next Monday, starting next Monday eventually, to start 30 minutes earlier, like at 18 o'clock. I hope that this is not causing any problem to you, but we're gonna give 30 extra minutes to this poor guy to sleep a little bit. Any chance that you can put all our sketches in one place? No, all your sketches are under the hashtag. So the hashtag it's the only the way, unless you force me to do a lot of extra work. And believe me, I don't really have a lot of time for that. Okay, so I will. So if it's okay, I will change the graphic banner saying that we will start at 18 o'clock starting next Monday. Okay, great. We are already 15 people. That's quite nice number. It's our average good number. 16. Great. So today we're gonna do some new sketches, of course. Exterior. We're gonna do another 3/4 front view. Hi, Aditya Munde and Habinai. Hi guys. And we will do this using a blue pencil this time, okay? Try to do something really light, really nice and clean. I hope that I will be able to do it. Now we are 18, so 18 is the magic number. I'm gonna take my camera, put it on the support, and we start, okay? So a little bit of earthquake, a little bit of shaky, and here we go. So let's prepare our setup. So cables, we don't want to see cables. So this I can put it here. Okay. So we don't see it. All right. Abhinav, alias, it is a software for modeling, and it is a software that you can learn at school. Okay, it is kind of complicated, and at the moment, if you are here to sketch, the most important thing is that you learn how to sketch. Alias, you'll do this after, later. Okay, it is not something very important now. Okay, so I just ask if Morgane, the French girl, is there. If you are there, please send a message so that we know. Finally, my exams are over. All right, Aditya, congratulations to you. That's very good. I'm very happy. So I made my sharp point, all right? And today we're gonna make another 3/4 front view this time, always starting from the same line. So just to remember for you, we make a straight line, okay, like that, very light. Don't forget, we start very light. All right, Cedar. So tomorrow your exams. All right. So we all hope, this community hopes that your exam will go very well. Great. So let's start doing our. So this is a 3/4 front view. All right. When the car is moving, is turning on the same plane. Okay. We are not tilting the plane. All right. We are just taking the car and we just moving like that. Okay. Therefore, all the two vanishing points, the left and the right one, okay, they are at the infinite. Hi, Abdul. Nice for you to be back. So we are 19. That's great number. Okay, so let's first start. All right. So I do very, very light, okay? We're gonna do sort of a city car. So then this is the center of the wheel, okay? And what we want to do, don't forget that the bottom of the car is always lower than the center. So if this is the center, the line of the center of the wheels, our rocker panel is here, okay? It is always lower. I'm gonna show you like that. Maybe you can see. Hi, Harry. Okay? I hope you can see well. Maybe there is too much light, but okay. So okay. So now that we have this, we can put a little bit of shading, okay, on the other wheels, all right? And as we said, those two wheels, because it's in 3/4 front perspective, on the other side, they're moving in the front, okay? So we're gonna put one here, same size, and the other one here, okay? So now, if I do this, and I do that, and I do that, and I do that, okay, we're gonna start seeing our base in perspective. Can you see it? And doing that will give us the idea of how our side view, okay, becomes a 3/4 perspective. Okay, I'm trying to give a little bit of structure to this outline so that after we can start putting some design. For now, I'm just checking my proportion, okay? So that I know more or less where I am. I put my center line, of course. Belt line, it's gonna be here more or less. Okay, so now I will check it upside down. I flip the page over just to check my perspective. I have a lamp here on the right, so I'll do with the lamp. I know that here that this is too much, so I should do this, I should make the back a little bit shorter to make sure that it looks better. So I make that correction, you see, and now it's looking really better. Okay, so can you see? This is our construction line. So you can see, all right? Now, once we have this, we have a fairly good proportion. We have something happening here. I don't know if this is beautiful or not, to be honest. We will take care of this. We will see if we do something different, okay? At the moment, I don't know yet. So, now that I have this, I have to I want to just a little bit make it a little bit more vertical, the windshield, because it looks a little bit too inclinated. So and of course I'm starting to play a little bit with my sections to see if I can find an interesting section line that will create a new volume intersection, something that might create, generate some interesting new ideas. And in the back, yes, it's not really nice. So what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna fix it. So, for example, if I take this part here and I do more like this, you see, here it's already much better. And I think that what was wrong, it was really the proportion here of this fan that was going almost too much outside. So here I go back to make it a little dynamic so that we don't have something too boxy. Okay. So we have a nice outline, and the outline, it makes me feel cool, safe, that my perspective is good, my proportions are good. So the only thing left now is really what type of design, what attitude do I give to this car, you know? So now I can take and make the wheels a little bit stronger. All right. And I'm starting to put some details just to feel better this proportion that I'm trying to play with. And of course, some little proportions here underneath, I'm going to change them because I can see that something is not quite right. So while I'm doing it, I'm trying to fix at the same time. Okay. Hi Morgan. Ciao. On t'attendait. So here I have my idea now. Okay, Morgan, you just arrived. So what I'm gonna explain to you what I'm doing, okay? Mr. Patrick, hi, Mr. Fisher. Fisher or Fisker? Fisher, I guess. So we took a side view, this one, and we took the wheels on the other side and we just moving on the same plane, okay? Because we are taking the car, okay, and we are just turning this way on the same plane, so that we take a side view and we make it a 3/4 front view. So this before was the side view, but now that we are turning, it's not anymore the side view, it's the A pillar left. This is our center line that we always put in our perspective construction to make sure that we understand proportion, and this is our A pillar on the right side, on the other side. So when we do that, of course we see the whole car. Okay, so now that I have this, right, and I make my outline, Mr. Soslan. Hello, Luciano. With pleasure, I watch your lesson. This is a real auto design. Thank you for this. You're welcome, Soslan. Here we are for you too. Is the guy from Australia connected? Because if he is, we just want to let you know that we will start at 18 o'clock, so 30 minutes earlier, starting next Monday, so that this poor guy from Australia can sleep a little bit because he's connecting with us when it is 2:30 in the morning over there. So basically he goes to sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning. We don't want to be there. Don't want that for you. Okay. So now that I have this, okay, I have my sections, all right, my reference. Okay. Now I can imagine that I can start to do some design, all right? Now, before we do that, I just want to show you better, okay? So I put it like that, and you can see. Okay, it's a very nice small car, you know, 4 places car, city car. Maybe we can imagine it is electric, all right? Okay, so now let's make some character lines here. Now I'm gonna draw the space for our wheel well, okay? And I'm going to do my wheels, little graphics for the tire, as I do usually. You can also do something else. You don't have to do exactly the same thing. You, sir, got city car and the I Kangoo size 1. Or you have a Kangoo, Marcin, but that's good because that's the second car I made. The Kangoo number 2, the one that's today on the road. It is exactly a project I did 10 years ago. In 2002, 2000, sketching, all right. Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, so you are sketching it. That's great. Yes, of course, you don't have to do the same thing I'm doing. You have to do your own stuff. Kafros, hi. Kafros, where are you from with this game? Tell us. Let us know. Okay, so and here the same thing. Okay, quick sketching this. All right. You see, I don't put too many details. I just put what our eyes will read as a wheel. You see, you can read this as a wheel, even if you don't have all the detailing, of course. Size is pretty good. USA, Patrick, all right. USA where I lived 6 years in California, in Pasadena, before going to Art Center. Kafros from Poland, all right. Marcin, you have someone else from Poland. Ross, today, can we differentiate sketches depending on the stage of design, ideation, development, refinement? Okay, Ross, you put a lot of stuff on the grill. We will do some of that stuff. Michigan, all right. Good. I have friends living in Michigan. Okay, so now because this one we want to make it look a little bit like I don't want to say crossover, okay, but a high car. So let's make the black part of the wheel well a little bit stronger so that we get the idea that the body is up, okay, compared to the wheels. I'm gonna do same thing here. And nothing is perfect. Look, nothing is perfect. But I don't care. It's the idea. When you see it, you get the idea. You see? Now we have an idea that this is a kind of crossover. You know, it's high car. So it's perfect for the town. The mitten state. Yes, Patrick. And Ray saying, sir, how do designers deal with hand sweat? Ah, that's a very nice question. I show you how. You take a clean sheet of paper, clean one, you put it like that, and you put your palm. You see? And you do that. So that this paper clean will take a little bit of your sweat, and your sketches will remain clean. I mean, at least a little bit cleaner, okay? That's how I used to do, like students do in school. That's how teachers taught us, all right? I hope I answered to your question. Cool, great. Yatiraj Nayak, just in case I create my company, will you work for me? No, I already have a job. Here is to sketch, all right? So now, because we are doing this almost like a crossover, this rocker panel I'll bring a little bit higher, okay? Okay, so now I know that all this down here is gonna be dark, okay? And that's kind of easy. So let's do it. So let's do it. And of course, don't forget that we have to do it correctly, okay? With quality. So it means that your lines, they are gonna be cross-etching, okay, inclinated, all like that. Alright? And I'm gonna do it for you. So here we go. So I made sharp my pencil point and I start. Look. Clean job. Do a clean job. And of course, in the back, we can make our classical shading, right? So what we want to do, and this is a message important to those that did not follow the beginning of my drawing section, okay, those live sketching section I'm doing, is that we always do dark going to light, always. That's how I do. And we do this because it creates a dynamic sketch. Okay. So you see how nice it is. Look, it's cool like that. Very dynamic. It's not a static thing. It's not a cartoon. Okay. And in the front we do the same thing. Dark, light. Okay. So look. I'm gonna take those lines, same thing, and I'm gonna do it on the other side, the left side. And of course, I clean up a little bit. You see, I'm always cleaning up. I clean up. You gotta clean up. It's quality work. Okay, look how nice. This is okay. You know, when you do a sketch like that, a quick sketch, a monochromatic, or even with your pen, this is very, very acceptable. Very nice. Okay? Polycross better than Prisma. Premier pencils, anyone? Ross, I when I was in America, I had always Prismacolors. For us, that was the standard quality color soft pencils. Now in Europe, Prismacolors are very difficult to find, but we have a Faber-Castell, those ones, and Faber-Castell it's very nice. I mean, it's really very, very close to Prismacolor, very close. All right, so now we have to do something very important because we want to give a face to this car, don't we? Because after we give a face, the side view is pretty much done, you see? I would say that we have just a nice line here, and then another one, maybe like this, and like that. Those are character lines. After, when I will put my shading, you will see that the thing will become three-dimensional. Now I'm just trying to organize the sections. You see, this could be like that, this can come inside, this will come outside, and this will come inside again. All right? So we will see this after. Here we know that it's coming inside and then outside. But on the side fenders, it is straight going down. So this means that here, it's like that. You see? So this is nice because it is a contrast. We have a sort of straight bands on the side and everything is developing inside between those two fenders. Yeah, Derwent pencils are very good too, I remember that brand. All right, so now that we did this, let's make our graphics. Well, I'll do something that looks a little stupid, but I'm sure that with your designs, everything will look really super, super nice. Okay. We can also imagine, for example, that underneath, under the light, we'll have a sort of air intake here. You see? So I'm gonna make some detailing shading so that we understand how the shape it's going. And look what I'm doing now. I'm trying to take this detail and put it on the other side for what it's possible to see, okay? Because it's in perspective. So on the left side we see compressed, just smaller. See that it's writing something. How to shade big wheels arches to look realistic, like we see in Renault Duster. Okay, I understand what you mean. We will do that. Okay, I finish this and then we'll see that. So we take the point. This point here in perspective, it's here. This point here, it's here. Okay, so look, I've done that detail. It looks pretty nice. So now we have a front. And because this front, it's we can put the line so that the top is our, I don't know, it is our blinker, right? For left and right. And this is the space for our light. So now let's do a little bit of detailing here. Just a little bit, so we can imagine that we have our squarish technological element here. So I'll do a little bit of you see? Now that's enough. I don't want to do any more than that. Morgan, yes, the lights should be always the certain height, okay? The front beam, the front light, from the ground. And in the back also, there is the same rule. But the height is different. And then what is the side marker? The side marker, but there's too many rules about how we put it. But anyway, don't worry too much, okay? Of course, if you put it down here, it's gonna be a fog light. But if you put in this area, you will always be fine. All right? And I'm adding another element here. Look, a vertical element to make it more modern, because it looked a little bit, I don't know, too squarish, something not very, very interesting. So I'm just adding that vertical guide, okay, it could be a DRL that is on all the time, the white, the very white, cold light. Okay, so So now that I did all this, I know that I'm still missing one thing. So the door, it's gonna be more or less here. All right? And our door, okay, it's gonna be there. So what I will do, I will just make a nice detail to make a, how can I say, a detail about the structure of the car, okay? So if this is our cut line, all right, I know that here I have a pillar, okay, the B pillar. Then I can play with that. I make very light lines just to see proportions. Look how light those lines are, very, very light, because I want to make sure not to make mistakes. Trying to get better at car interior sketches, seats, console and dash views. Patrick, if you go and check the last two videos that we had live, you will see all interiors. We sketched the interiors. So go and check it out. See if you find something that that it might interest you. So, and then I want to leave a space like that to make it more modern. Okay? Then I want to do this a little bit longer. And this one, no. This one will just be very respectful of the geometry. You see what I'm doing? It looks nice. And now, can you imagine if this is going over on the other side, but in a way that we can see it, which means a little bit higher. You see? I'm doing it here. Just little lines, just little things to give that feeling that it's really like a structure. You see now? Ciao Marco, hello Luciano, I'm Marco, the Poppy's friend. Alright, that asked information about you and your work yesterday. Thank you for your disponibility. I'm so curious about your drawing and projects. Alright Marco, welcome back. Welcome to this open live sketching session, alright? Remember Marco, we are here every Monday and every Wednesday, okay? And we start at around 18 o'clock, okay? Because there are some people from Australia that connect when it's really, really, really late at night. So we want to be at 8 o'clock so that they don't go to sleep too late. All right, so I'm making a little modification on the section here on the hood. You see, I made it a little bit flatter, but more aggressive. And one thing we have to do, we gotta do something here because like this is not good. So what can we do? Maybe we can open up an air intake because right now this car needs some air, right? So we're gonna do it. So what if I do it here and then I do this? Let's see if it looks good or bad. So, well, I think that that's it. I'm not gonna add any other detail unless we're gonna destroy it. It's not super beautiful, but it's a start. You know, every time we start a sketch, we don't know if the first sketch is gonna be beautiful, fantastic, and everything. We do a sketch, then we take it and we trace it and we make modifications. That's how we do generally. So now I'm getting a nice idea here. You see? So here I made a front A pillar that is a little bit of this type of design, so that there is a little bit more coherence in the whole thing. Then we're gonna make so I do a little bit of the graphics of the wheel. Okay, so that you see, to make this effect of 4x4 a little bit. Hi, Vatsal. Where are you writing from? You are doing an amazing job. Thank you very much. Thank you for being with us. Where are you from? Let us know. We are curious. We want to know. Okay, this is I was a little bit too small. Now a little bit of shading just to make this look really more realistic. Okay. And then we open up here. Okay, so here we have a very quick sketch of a wheel just to help us to understand a little bit better what we're doing, okay? And now it's time to go India, all right? And now it's time to make a little bit of shading in this area, because don't forget, this is our focal point. I'll write here, focal point. It's here. It's all this area, okay? And this is the reason why I'm making a lot of detailing here. This is the reason why it's going from dark to light, dark to light. You know, the overall line work is pretty nice, but in this area, I'm gonna put more details. I'm gonna do a shading, which is gonna be a little bit stronger. This is because we want to have a focal point. What does it mean, focal point? Focal point is the point of the sketch, illustration, or a photograph where your attention goes at first. And I want you to see here first. When you do that, automatically you start watching after a few seconds, you start looking at here, 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 and you admire correctly the whole sketch. When you do not have a focal point, when everything is perfectly sketched, perfectly illustrated, your eyes will bounce right, left, up, down, but you don't know where to put your attention. And what it happens is that you cannot remember that sketch. You cannot appreciate the sketch. So that's why we always have a focal point. I could have put it here, means I would have done a lot more detailing here. So the focal point, it's crucial to sell your ideas. Golden ratio spiral. Yeah. Okay, so now let's make a little bit of shading, all right? So now this is according, the shading, remember, is according to the basic shapes. And I know that Morgan knows what I'm talking about because she did an exercise that I saw. It was not so bad. So this is Morgan. Windshield is a part of a cone, conic shape. All right? Zack, zack, zack. This is our windshield. So that's why I'm sketching like that, okay? Now, if you go and see how we sketch the cone, cone, you will see, you will understand why I'm doing reflections like that. All right. And now on the side is a cylinder. So this one here, it's a cylinder. All right? And you know very well because you did it on your... All right? So when you see the cylinder, this is a cylinder, you know what we're gonna do now. So let's do it. This is our reflection. And look what I do. The reflection is exactly like the shadow here. Dark, light. I clean up my line, of course, always. All right. And a little bit of shading from the top, as we do usually. Okay, just a little bit, very, very light. Because the light is coming from here. So all this is a full light. And here it's more in shadow. That's why my core is darker in this area. You see? It's darker here. Okay. Ross, wondering if it's possible to see examples of cars with surface like a new CS with few lines and more play of volume. Yeah, I will do that. No problem. Here I'm doing, you know, Ross, I'm doing very simple stuff because it's important for all beginners to start with simple stuff, unless it's gonna be a mess for you. To do this, the reflections and the volumes like on Mercedes, we really have to understand how a cylinder, a cone, a sphere, all right, how all those are melting together and follow the rules of the theory of reflection to make sure that we make the shading correctly, unless it's going to be a mess. And you can do that after that you learn the simple thing to do. That's why. But after this sketch, I will do a side view like with a nice character line and very bubble type of surface. Besides, if you go on my page, Luciano Bove Car Designer, you will find, hi Luan, you will find some of my old sketches, which are very bubble cars type, with a lots of shading and different type of media. Over there you see the hard stuff, you can see. Ciao Ario, ciao, welcome. All right, so now here, let's do it. Now I'm making this part a little darker, while the section, you see, look at that section. This one is facing the light, so this will remain white. But this one is coming inside, so means that our reflection, our surface, is bended inside, so it is in shadow. And now I'm doing just few details here to show, to make sure that we understand also from the back how this surface is. All right. Okay, so now that I finished and I did that, we're gonna do another thing which is very important, okay, like the other time. We're gonna put some very little reflections, done highlights, highlights, done with gouache, okay? Look how I'm doing. I'm really trying to do very gentle. I don't want to make a lot. I don't want to put a lot of gouache. I just want to make sure that I get a nice white ellipse. Okay? And the big ellipse will be here. And a small dot just next to it. You see? And then I will still do another one, which is gonna be here. Okay, that's it. I won't touch it anymore. I'm gonna wash my brush, unless it's gonna get hard. Thank you. We have a masterclass with Mr. Philip Nemeth. Ah, Philip. You know, Philip Nemeth is my ex-student from Art Center Europe. We were on his first teachers in Art Center. I said, yeah, he was my student. Get to hear so many great stories. Yes, that's cool. Say hello to Philip from me. I saw him a year ago. Okay, I'm washing the brush. Okay, so this one, you know, it's pretty much finished. And there is one thing very important I want to tell you. Thank you very much, Luciano. Thank you. And there is one thing very important I want to tell you, is that the reason why I put the white spot in the darkest area here. You see? Now you can you see me now? Can you see me? We had a problem, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. It's not because of me, it is just the line. But I think that it's okay now. Please write to me, write, tell me that you can see me so that I can put back. Now we are good. All right, so thank you, Ray. So I'll put it back, okay? I'm very sorry for that, but you know, internet is never steady. Deepak, ciao. Oops. Okay, I'm very sorry, guys. The telephone, the internet, sometimes is really painful. Okay, so we were talking about why I'm putting the hotspot, the highlight in the darkest area on top of my core. Because when you see a chrome basic shape, whether it is a cylinder, a sphere, okay, or do very fast, very quick, okay, or a cone or the other ones, the spot it's always there. Look, it's always here. And why? Because it's the sun. It's the sun that is coming down, you know. If I make here a little shape, this is the horizon line, the sun is coming down. Here we have trees, okay, buildings, all right, the horizon, all right. So the sun is our highlight, and that's why I put it there. That's why it goes here. You see? That's why we have it there. I hope that this is clear to you. So now that we did that, let me use my marker felt tip pen to sign it. All right. So today it's 2/5/18. I will take a picture of this. Abdul, you have to use the hashtag Luciano Bove review, okay, Instagram and Facebook. All right, so I will take a picture of this later on and I will put it on Instagram. Now, after this, as we said, I'm gonna show, how can I say, a nice, soft, sexy surface. All right? You're welcome. So, if we have let me make a quick side view. Okay, so if we take this line here, this line there, okay, and this here, like that. So I'm trying to make a sort of sporty, okay, sporty hatch or coupe, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but anyway, the objective is to show you some sexy shapes, all right, as Ross just asked me before. Comment us to draw with you while you are drawing. Ray, as you like, as you prefer. If you think it could be better for you to sketch with me, why not? If you think that it's useless and you can do this after, later on, then you can do it later on. So I take a felt tip blue color, okay? Hey, this is the colors I bought for kids, the one that you find in any surface. You don't need to go to a store, specific store. It's very simple spirit color. But it's good to help our sketch, you see? It looks nice like that. Okay. Now I do the wheels. Okay, so reflection, reflection in the back, windshield, make a big modification in the back because it was really ugly what I did. So this has to change. Okay, much better now. Much better. You see? Now we have a... This is really ugly. Shit, what I did. So this is better. And of course, now because we want to erase this, what we're going to do? Well, something very smart. So that we don't have to deal with it anymore. Okay? We make a background to make sure that we don't see this ugly stuff that I did before. I'm gonna do this better, don't worry. So I think I have a blue marker and I'm looking for the blue marker so that I just use a big marker and do it with a better quality, because like that it's not very nice. So I'm searching for the marker, and of course I never put order in my markers so that I never know what the hell it is. So I have to look all of them. Okay, I got a light blue. So what happens if we do not have the marker? Well, very simple. We use a color like this one, which is a basic gray number 2 cool gray, that goes well with the blue. So we can just do this, look. Then we take wait, we take a darker gray with this one, which is a number 4. We leave a little bit of the light gray in the back. You see, it creates a very nice texture. Like that. So, I'm waiting that it dries, unless it's gonna be a mess. Hi Vishal, love from France. I think like we all always mess with colors. Yeah, I know, Marcin. Colors, you gotta use them very careful, very carefully. Okay, so now what do? I try to do some stuff so that you see, so that we create a sort of very dynamic background. It looks like the car is moving. Let's see if it looks like it's moving. You see? It's not bad. At the end, we did something cool. So now I clean up some lines. They're very important because those lines must be well done, because it gives you a sort of how can I say it helps to frame well your sketch. I'm going to show you what I did, because look, I put a double line, very straight, one after each. And that's interesting, because that gives you a real frame. So that the car can be moved, how can I say, the car can be irregular, but that background, that line, it frames the car on the ground in a very believable way. So those are little tricks that you can keep in mind. Now let's attack here, okay? So first of all, how is this section? So if I do a section here, okay, look what I do. That's very important to understand before we put our shading, before. So this point, it's here. No, it's here. Okay, this point, it's here. This point, it's here. This point, it's here. This point is here. And this point, it's here. So, if I you understand what I mean there. You see the section? So that's important, because with that section, now we can start putting some shading. And also because, don't forget, the light is coming from here. So on this, the light is coming like this on the section. You see? So now you understand what's going to be shadow and what it's going to be light. And let's do it. So, first of all, little correction here. Then this is darker. But this one here, this area should be a little darker, just a little bit more. Okay, can you see it? Can you read the shape now? Great. So now that we know that how our shading is, all right, we can even imagine to put some reflections. For example, focal point is going to be here, okay? I'm making some corrections also on the belt line. To make it more sexy. So this correction is very important because all the lines must really go very well together, unless it's going to be ugly. Okay, so now and of course I'm doing the reflections like that because around the wheels the surface is always coming out a little bit, no? So it's a little bit bended like that, you know, like the Mercedes. So the reflection goes here and then it follows. It follows that surface. Combo, hi sir. If I just like you, would you accept or evaluate my sketch as 99% good? Yes and no, because I'm not super master. Combo, what a question! You cannot ask questions like that. The most important thing you have to ask yourself, I'll do anything I can to improve and to get to a very good level. Okay, good. So, wait, I had to put my point because my point is not well done. You will see it's gonna be very nice. You see, I'm drawing the reflection in a way that it looks liquid, you know. And of course, I'm doing this trying to follow the volumes what we have. Can you see it? Yeah, Combo, the most important thing is that you draw. You draw a lot. Listen to what we have to do, and then you will find your way to improve. Follow the tricks I try and the tips I try to give to you, and you will see that you're gonna love it after. And you have to do it many times. That's the secret, really, believe me. Now, this one is nice, but the exterior one is not very nice. So I'm gonna fix it. And when I fix it, I make it more liquid, more juicy. Look. Do you see? Now it looks really a reflection. And of course, here, and in this spot here, can you see? Now here we gotta do something because it's not quite correct. So you see in the back, looks better now. Okay, now the last thing I want to do, once again, just to show you how the reflection it's working, okay? Here we gotta do a little bit darker. I'm putting a little bit of this blue, which is very dark, in the darkest area. Very little bit. You know, in the darkest area. Because this creates contrast. Like a mirror. You see, and I can work some details. I will show you. Can you see? Now with that little dark blue in some little spot in the darkest area, it makes it really more shiny. And the last thing we need now is some nice white reflections, highlights. And once again, I'm gonna do it. But before we do it, I'll take my white and I'll put my line, like my white line, like I did the other time. Okay? It's not working too well on this surface. No big deal. We'll do it anyway. So I'm looking for my white gouache, which is here. So once again, all right, focal point is here in the center. Very easy, in the center. So the surface is taking a lot of light. It's the side glass, this little area here, this one here. First we're gonna put it there, and then we will see how those highlights will reflect inside the side reflections of the side body. Okay. So now I take it better. Okay, let's start. First one here. When I put the white one, it's always across the dark line. You see? It is across. Why? Because the highlight, when it's really very brilliant, you know, when it's really shiny, it goes over the reflection. Look at the pictures. Look at photographs. It looks really like the sun is shiny there. So now we put it in the other spot. Here. So, do you see when the highlight, it is always on one line, and it's exactly in the center of our focal point. Big ellipse, medium ellipse, small ellipse. It's not a dot, it's an ellipse shape. And also where I put the white line there is a little small reflection there and there. Always. But not too many. Now we have to do the reflection where we said on the side body. Okay? So the reflecting area are those ones, and we're gonna put it where there is the highest contrast. So we want to go and hit where it's very dark. Here. Oops. Well, you know, sometimes when they don't come out correctly, it's better to wait that it's dry to put it another one, but very, very careful. There you go. Okay. While I wash, you look at it, okay? Because it is finished. All right, so I think that I gave you a little bit of how can I say, an example, okay? How we take a section, we draw the reflection according to the section where the light is coming, and of course the cast shadow theory of reflections, okay? So, all right, you know what? I think that it's done for today. I thank you very much because you have been very patient. Now it is 8 o'clock. We have 45 minutes to eat for those that are in Europe. And after we have the final, the semi-final qualification for the soccer. All right? So, wait just a second. That I move. Okay, so here we are. You welcome to all of you. So we did the first one, which is this one, okay? Where we basically we went back to a lots of rules that we already explained at the beginning of our sketching live section, okay? And that's very important. Thank you very much. Thank you to you, Marco. And this is very important because it helps to understand. We have to repeat, of course, many times to understand. And this was a basic shape, not too complicated, showing the highlights and also how we put the focal point. Okay. And then we did another one, a more complicated shape. We did on a side view, which is this one, trying to show reflections. Okay. This is very quick, okay? And of course, we could do a little bit more detailing, but the most important thing was really to show you that when we have a more complicated section, side section, that's what happens when we apply light, cast shadow, shadows, and all the shading that goes in between, all right? So I hope this is useful for you. All right, exercise, hashtag Luciano Bove Review, and we will see each other again Monday, as we said, at 18 o'clock. All right, 6 p.m. Forget the 6:30. We will do always 6 p.m. Thank you very much. Ciao. Share this video. Tell your friends. We're growing. That's good. Bye.